So, how to start and manage a Google Meet. So, this time we are going to start the Google Meet from Classroom. If you've saved links in your calendar, you can start it from there as well. Either way, your students will find the link in the same place. So, either, as in this case, you'll go straight to the classroom that you're currently using, and you'll have the link that you created here. You can click it from this page, as can your students. If you've put the link in Google Calendar and invited your students to the event in Google Calendar, you can click the link there too. But this is the primary example. On the previous video, I showed you how to actually create this link, but you do it just right here on this page. So if the link isn't there, you'll see a link that says create it. So I'm going to go ahead and click this link to open up this Google Meet. So the first thing that happens, and I'm going to turn my mic off because I'm going to get a lot of feedback if I don't. But the first thing that happens is you get this join page. You can enter the meeting with your mic off or on and your camera on or off. As the host, it's usually good to do that. Your students will often join the meetings with both of them off. And we can talk about sort of asking students when to turn their mics and cameras on or off at different times. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and join the meeting as the host. So I'm now in the meeting. Immediately it gives you this ability to add people via email. So if I click here, I could type in any email address. I could actually even call somebody and it would bring them in via telephone. So, if I have a student who can't get online, I could actually call them that way. It's a good way to do a one-on-one conversation. Anyway, there's multiple ways to invite people, and you can even have guest speakers this way. Okay, so I'm going to close that. You can also just send them the link, copy and paste it from your Google Classroom and send it to them via email. So here we are. I am in the meeting and I'm in the meeting alone. So now I'm going to go to a separate email account. So this is set to the same Google Meeting. I'm in a different account. This is a berkeley.edu account. So now I'm going to hit join. And now you'll see that I have joined this meeting. And if I go back to, but I've got my microphone off so I don't have echo. And now if I go back to, I'm now in my school account, I can click where it says people here, and you'll see there's two different Steve Wrights in the meeting. I can even go to a third account. And now this account is in a separate domain. The other one was too, but I'd already approved it. So this account is in a separate domain. It's my personal email address. It's not in OUSD.org. And so what you see is ask to join. So anytime somebody is going to try and join your meeting from outside of OUSD.org, they have to do the ask to join link. And what happens is when you as the teacher will see this. So you can click admit if it's somebody that you know, maybe you've invited into the meeting, or you can click deny entry. This will happen a lot with your students as well. They will sort of accidentally use a private Gmail account instead of their OUSD account. How you want to manage that with your students is totally up to you. I usually admit them and then ask them to use their OUSD account later, but it depends on your policies and how your procedures work. In general, I think it's best just to let the kids in when they're trying to get in. But so in this case, I'm going to click admit. So I can go into the settings here and I can actually change the layout. So if I click change layout, I then get multiple options. I like the tiled layout because you're going to have a lot of students. And so the best case scenario is you do that. This is a little bizarre because you're just seeing a lot of me. But every single student would have their own tile on the screen, which does make it nice. So that's how you do that. There are multiple different layouts. So if it's a presentation, you can use sidebar, and what that'll do is whoever's talking will be in the middle, and then you'll see the other students along here, and you'll always see yourself in this very small screen in the top right. Let's take a look at our other settings. You've got the captions, which I showed you earlier. Right now, let me see if I can turn my mic on. Oh no, lots of echo. You'll have to just try that for yourself. It works reasonably well. It does show all of the captions there. Other important settings is you could use your own phone for audio. So you could click that, dial in your own phone, and then the audio on your phone would replace the audio in the video. If something happens to your mic or whatever, that is, of course, that is an option. So then the other thing to look at is sort of the control that you have of the students. So this is me, the presenter. It says you right there. These are the other two me's. If I click here, you'll see that I can actually throw someone out of the class. So if you let in somebody accidentally that doesn't belong there, it does happen. It's weird. I don't know why people want to do that. But I could click. I'm going to pin myself here so you. Okay. I could throw them out. You can pin the person or you can mute the person. I'm already muted, but you could mute somebody who has a particularly noisy background. So you have some control over the people in your classroom. And then you also have a chat. So how you use the chat is up to you. It's worth noting everybody can see it. I find the back channel chat to be very useful. I also found last year that I could get a lot of students to participate via chat when I couldn't get them to participate via their voices in the classroom or certainly on Google Meet. But they will participate via chatting, which is great. And then another side note I mentioned earlier is students using the camera and the mic. I make it totally optional. The spaces where students are sitting when they are joining your class are very personal and private spaces, as everybody's aware. And some people just don't want to show them. Maybe they're noisy that day, whatever it is. But I think I always try to encourage the student to be in a place where they can have the mic and camera on, but I don't require it. And so I do, like at the beginning of a class, I will say everybody's required to turn on your mic and say hello, and I'll walk through the whole thing. And it's a lot of kids and takes a lot of time, but just sort of like give me a one-word check-in kind of thing so that they can actually exist in the space. And then I'll do the same at the back end. And then you can just call on people. Kids are pretty good about turning on and off their mics. Okay. I hope this was useful. And to stop a meeting, you simply just stop the meeting. You hang up. And then it's over. Okay. Bye.